Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Now Pursuit. We hope you all had a great Thanksgiving.
We are continuing now our recap videos. Thanks for joining us again. And this video is going to be from when we traveled and we left Montana, going in to and through Minnesota. So let's get into it. So this is us going to, we actually ended up staying like at a river RV park really quickly, and then we stayed at a our first rest stop ever.
We never stayed at a rest stop before, but we never knew that we were actually allowed to, so that's why we never done it.
So we did end up staying here at this rest stop. Very first rest stop overnight stay. What I love, the beauty of it, is they had 24/7 bathrooms.
And it was a great experience.
And then we also stayed after that at a Walmart because actually our truck ended up acting up again, and we had to pause to really seek the Lord and seeing if we needed to, know anything else, or were we still on the right path heading to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I guess we did get the green light. Do you remember what happened at Walmart after you fixed it? Because that was a really frustrating moment.
Yeah, it was a very frustrating moment. We did pause, and I felt like that moment was a moment of testing, and to continuously rely on the Lord and seek the Lord in what's going on. And we persevered, we were patient, we seeked, and we were still confident that the Lord was with us through it all. And because of that, went in there, tightened some things up.
Yeah.
And the Lord was like, yeah, go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, because after that moment at Walmart, right after we left our family, like, the truck didn't end up acting up the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible for us because it was acting up quite a bit heading to Montana. And then once we were basically heading out of Montana, it stopped. Just as Angelo said, like, it was a testing of obedience for us. And we were just like, all right, Lord, we feel like your word was to go to Pennsylvania. That's where we're going.
And the spot where we ended up staying after that was a beautiful spot. It was in, I think we stayed.
It was the Custer National Forest.
Custer National Forest.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for free.
Yeah, completely free. It was dispersed camping.
That was one of the best camping experiences that I had. And yeah, it was a beautiful spot.
First s'mores of the summer.
Wait, nope.
Oh yeah, burning chocolate. And I'm here too, just a heads up, with my hair all slick in a bun because we've been dry camping. Oh yeah, it was free, and then it had sites set up, so that was really cool.
And we had a whole
pull
bunch
it
of
in.
wood that was kind of chopped up a little bit. Oh yeah. Some more wood right there.
I know, a whole pile.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh, we went through Wyoming for a second, and then we went to South Dakota. We entered Wyoming. So many cows. Look at them. There's so many.
Guys, did you know we own Millie's?
And then this is, I think, when we continued on into South Dakota, which we were in South Dakota last year. We saw Mount Rushmore and
Crazy Horse.
And Crazy Horse, and we were heading west then. But this time, Lord had us going towards the east directly through South Dakota. And we ended up staying in
Heart Ranch.
A Heart Ranch in Rapid City. Have entered the Heart Ranch camping resort. It is a pretty massive, like, membership club, but because we have RPI, we get to be a part of the membership for the week. This place is so big. Okay, so I gotta go grab our envelope. I gotta grab our envelope. Oh.
Yeah.
Which was super cool because we wanted to see Bear Country USA. Cool. And literally this was on the way, like Rapid City, where the Lord has us going. Bear Country was like 10 minutes from where our campground was, which was so not our plan.
Right.
But we had a desire to see it, and he made way.
He did.
Yeah.
He did make a way. Now, it's just one of those rewards when you stay consistent and you stay in seeking.
Yeah.
He rewards you. He rewards you with experiences, with those little places where you get to stay for free, and those little places where it's just a diamond in the rough.
Yes. even in everyday life. Like you'll see eventually that we've actually haven't been in the RV for a little bit, but he'll meet your needs. He supplies everything you need for the season and extra, like the desires that you have, and it's like the Lord's so good. And it was actually like a high-end resort.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was top notch.
Yeah, and it was like really cool to be there while we reset because it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
And then we're gonna go visit and go bear country. Yes.
Okay, who enjoyed bear country? If you want to check that out, definitely look at our adjacent video to this. Okay. And then we also went on our dates with our girls. So
Yes.
at once I think they turned 5, then we started going on dates with them, and we just included Leo in that starting this year. Yeah.
Yep. We just added on our second day for both of the older kids. So that is pretty cool too.
And then it hailed, which was super cool.
Yeah, that was
so
cool.
I love when it rains or hails or we have like an indoor experience because there's a lot more like just like being still. You know, it's very easy just in life to want to go see things and vacation and, you know, go seek stuff. But when you literally have to just be inside, you get to learn how to be still. And I think that was another layer of the Lord teaching us as we're learning how to be obedient, how to seek Him, how to like really be still and hear His voice. And so that was a big part of the journey too, is learning His voice and how He speaks to each of us. Yeah.
It was huge. And
we stayed there for I think 5 days.
we stayed there for 5 days. We
$10
charged
a
up all
night.
the batteries. We cleaned out all the tanks. We refueled and everything that we could so we can be sustained when we get on the road again.
Of us getting ready to go. That was 5 days literally
Right.
of just being there.
Usual time with the Lord, fellowship, washing clothes, dishes, charging things up.
Beauty in the mundane.
RV resort.
And that's our saying goodbye and thank you to
Yes.
Heart Ranch.
With those skills.
Super exciting. And then not too far away in Wall, South Dakota was Badlands. It was like, I think maybe an hour, hour and a half.
Yep.
And we,
On the way to Badlands National Park.
yeah, and it wasn't even like off, like completely off where the Lord was leading us. It was literally like a 20-minute detour of like, we could stay there. Found a really cool boondocking spot, but it was really shaky to get in there. It was kind of nerve-wracking.
But there was still a lot of other spots too.
Yeah.
And literally you couldn't go wrong with anywhere that you're parking.
We re-upped for lunch and getting ourselves together because it's freezing outside to go head to the Badlands National Park, which is only 8 miles away from where we are boondocking. So definitely check out that video if you want to see our time at Badlands National Park. And if anything, let's just continue with our day here. And of course we have another video of Badlands National Park if you want to see us and our adventures there.
Yeah.
That was really fun, actually. Very muddy,
Yeah.
but a great experience of perseverance
Yeah.
with the kids hiking in that kind of environment.
Yeah, because where we were camping at, it was still, it was basically the same thing of Badlands National Park.
That
So
was
it's like,
Badlands, wasn't it?
that was Badlands. Looking
Badlands.
over, that is Badlands. And when
See you later, boondocking.
when you're staying there
awesome
and you're
spot.
inside the park, you're like basically staying in Badlands National Park.
We actually could see the entrance from where we were. We could see the entrance of Badlands National
Oh, coming
Park.
from the entrance, you could see our rig.
Yeah, that's how close we were. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
That was a really cool experience.
Ooh, and more people.
Oh, and then this is us leaving. There's 2 other monster RVs. I call them monster RVs because they're massive compared to the travel trailers coming our way. So what do?
We go around them.
Yes, we go off-road. Here we go. Off-road in it a little bit so they can pass. This is really fun because this is when we were waving.
And then we wave.
Yeah.
And we were
Natural
like,
thing
let's see
is
if
to
they
wave
wave back.
Oh yeah.
And then we get to wave at the other couple. That's what
Because they had some huge
were
rigs
back.
too. We're like, yeah, huge rig people
No.
like us.
Oh my god.
I had to add this in here. It was so funny just to see like what
That was a first.
I don't know as an
I
RV
know.
family. It was like what happens in the car, you know?
Go to the
And we were
extreme
just
because
like,
one
are they
person-
gonna wave? And they didn't wave. And we were like, oh. We were like, they didn't wave at us. What?
Angelo.
I wonder how their day's going. Why aren't they waving? You know? Oh, and this is really funny. We're like,
He did
only
that, you
Angelo,
guys.
him and his
Success.
awesome
See the
skills.
whole thing.
Success.
Yeah.
Goodness, that takes courage, strategy, quick reflexes, wisdom, strength,
A lot of things.
patience, character, and now we're on our way. And what? And coffee. Lots of coffee and lots of Jesus.
Coffee, water, cheese.
Blessings.
Blessings. We were blessed that we made it out safely thanks to this guy.
So that's one thing that we absolutely loved when we were traveling on the route of where the Lord's leading us. Like the little pockets of fun experiences we got to have a lot along the way, because we didn't really detour too far off route, you know. And this is just stopping at a rest stop.
Decided to take a rest
feed
stop
the kids,
because Leo
to
and I
bathroom
are
breaks.
complaining
That
a
is
lot on the
something
drive.
definitely
They're hungry and empty these bathrooms.
that's somewhat of a challenge, but also
Pretty cool,
has
'cause
made me
this
fall
rest
in love
stop
with
has
rest stops,
a
but
water
as a challenge
refill
with driving in a truck
station.
instead of like a
if you go to the bathroom,
motorhome
the time
where you
is now.
can use a bathroom without pulling over. We have to pull over,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to feed the kids and do the rest stop for bathrooms. And that was the best gas price or diesel price. we
This
saw,
is the best
which
price we've seen
still
for
to this
diesel.
day, to this
Yeah.
current date.
Yeah.
That is a really good price.
Found
And we stayed at
ourselves here at a
Again.
Walmart,
Well, we were all
Mitchell,
gassed up, ready. We
South
boondocked.
Dakota. Going
And
into
then
Walmart
we got on to another
Re-up and-
boondocking spot.
on some
And we made Subway
groceries.
sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Homeschool.
So I wanted to show you guys a glimpse
Late at
of
night at, like,
our
10
late
p.m.
sandwiches.
night homeschool
Yep.
session of
That was
them
awesome.
making their own Subway sandwiches. They wanted Subway sandwiches. We had said, let's just go, Walmart's right there, let's just shop for the stuff. And we did. And Subway ended up being closed, so it was like perfect. And so this one is Gia's. Look at that. There you go. All right, enjoy. But yeah, see how there's another RV and there's like truckers that stay. Which way did I go? This way, like that. Those are the most welcoming Walmarts when you see a whole bunch of other travelers staying the night. So everybody say thank you, Walmart.
So one thing that I feel like the
continue
Lord
on our way.
has
We might be in Minnesota
taught us
today.
in this stretch, in this video that you're seeing, is that He goes before us. Like He'll personally go before us and prepare the way. It feels like, because we've never not had a place to stay. Like when we were being obedient to His leading, He always opened doors for us to be able to be at places or be at places longer. If we felt the Spirit leading us to stay longer, like He'll open doors, and we'll have people, you know, when we're checking in, they're like, oh, this is interesting. It never opens up an extra 2 weeks.
Right,
But
right.
it is, so I guess we can give it to you. Like
Yeah.
we've always had people kind of going, oh, this is interesting. This never happens.
Yeah.
And we've gotten used to being like, well, it's the Lord, because
Yeah.
it's not us. You know,
Yeah.
we're not opening
Yeah.
that door.
And that's when you get to really recognize that it is the Lord, because they say this
Yeah.
never happens, but to
Yeah.
us it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So it's cool when you start to recognize those things, when you continue to pursue. You know, if you keep on pursuing and persevering
Yeah.
with the Lord, then
He'll open doors
Yeah, He's gonna
that
open
no man
doors.
can close.
right.
And
He's gonna
those
open
are
up- He's gonna open up that spot for you.
Yeah, and those are the subtle miracles, you know. And for us, like in this recap video, you know, like in just all of our recap videos, it's maybe spots of like staying for the night, but it could be a job, it could be a promotion, it could
Yeah.
be a new place to live, or it could be,
Or
you
one
know,
of our spots is that we had a spot already booked, but then it got taken by somebody else, and so we're like, oh man, Lord, someone's there. Well, let's just go to this spot. So that wasn't our fault. That was somebody else's spot. We ended up getting a better spot, a bigger spot that actually fit the size of our rig.
yeah. And it's super cool, like how the Lord's just so strategic. That has been definitely a part of who He is, that He's revealed to us, that He's strategic. Nothing happens on accident. We're about to get into Minnesota. There it is, the sign. That is a cool sign. Oh my gosh. First time ever in Minnesota.
This is that spot in Minnesota.
That's super Welcome
Yeah,
to
that was
Magnolia.
a great spot. I was so happy. Population 222.
This is our very first stop here in Minnesota, and it's a beautiful campground that we found on the way, which is what we do. We just, Lord, open up a door for us to walk through, basically. And we just pray for favor that there would be a spot, because it's a first come, first serve campground. And we decided, okay, let's stay for 2 nights because the kids absolutely love the playground. We don't actually have 1,000 Trails booking until Sunday, which is all the way in Illinois. So we are like 4.5 hours away from there. Today's Wednesday, so we have some time to just rest, because I've been asking the Lord if we're supposed to go there sooner to open the door for that, and he has not. So we're like, okay, we're gonna just take it at a walking pace and just continue to just pursue God in it and see where is he leading us. And we feel the peace to be able to stay here for 2 nights, and so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, they have a really cool playground, full hookups for $15 a night. Such a good deal, especially for a last minute find. This is Magnolia RV Park. Beautiful start to our Minnesota stay here.
You see my face? I was just chilling. I put some music on, some chicken on the grill. It was awesome.
It was $15 a night. We found that on the way as well. Such a cool. I would definitely go back. I would go back to every spot. I think we've stayed, to be honest.
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing, all the places that we went to.
And this next spot coming up was the state park. So as we're going, I'm like asking Angelo, where do you feel led for us to stay next? And he goes, you know, I keep thinking of a state park. And so I started looking it up.
This is actually the place I was just talking about.
Yeah.
The place where we had a spot booked, but somebody was in that spot, so we went to the one next to it. And, you know, we ended up calling around like, oh yeah, we messed up. Go ahead and stay in that bigger spot, which is actually better for us.
And it was Memorial Day weekend, which you can, it's very rare to find something
We got one
same day.
That day.
That day, and only a couple hours before we arrived, and there was one left. There was one spot left. And of course we give glory to the Lord, because he's the one that opened it up for us to stay there.
Yep.
You know, we only stayed there for 1 night, but we also got to meet our neighbors and be able to fellowship with them, and that was really cool.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah,
they were
and
really
just hear
nice
their
people.
journey.
Their journey and what they were doing, where they were going.
Yeah, and so now we're enjoying watermelon. And it was just, yeah, it was a really nice spot. Wood just got delivered for us to do a bonfire, and Angel's making hamburgers in it, because great start, second day or third day in Minnesota. But yeah, like that is just an example of how the Lord will go before you. And even currently, like, we're just praying into what's next for our next season and stuff like that. And as what's been cool is like recapping this with you guys. I'm hoping that we're explaining it or sharing it well, to just really showcase like how we were growing deeper in intimacy with the Lord, where we were learning more about what it looks like to be quicker to obey. Because he was teaching us the difference between our desires versus the desires that he has for us, and really what it looks like to break the tradition of following what you think you know. Like that verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Like we got to actually learn how to not lean on our own understanding, what that really looks like. And that can go for any arena in life. Like it's not just traveling an RV. We got firsthand experience of like really learning how to trust him, because we're trusting him with our home and where we're going to stay and all that. But no matter what circumstances you're in, what your life looks like, when you're not leaning on your own understanding and you're trusting in the Lord, you're literally asking him, what is your desire for my season right now? Like, where is it that you're wanting to position me? Where do you want me to go? What do you, like, you're just asking his thoughts. You're asking for his ways, his will to be done in your life. And that's what we're learning as we're experiencing this, like a deeper intimacy with him, knowing that he's good, knowing that he's going to sustain us, because we've never been in lack.
Right.
And we've never not had a place to stay. Like, I'm so excited once it gets closer to like our current where we're at, because he's still sustained us, and it's been a whirlwind of events that we would have never known to come. Like literally.
Because
so
even just yesterday was Thanksgiving. But the day before that, we were waiting on a rental.
A rental
and he
car.
made a way for that.
He made
for all of us to have that third row. They had no third rows.
So crazy.
So it's a continuing on, and we're still continuing on and trusting him in everything that we do, and he's still continuing to come through.
Yeah.
You know, because his way is going to be above ours, to where we can't even understand. We don't know why, you know, this is happening, or why we're going the long way around, or sometimes it could just be the easier way. But hey, you know, in the end, it's him who's directing us. It's him who's being our GPS. It's him who's being our leader in it, and we're okay with being a follower in that.
Yeah, just following Jesus. And if you made it to the end, you get that little insight. That's my phone. I guess that's our cue, but that we actually don't have our RV or truck right now. So that's going to be some fun stuff that we get to share with you later, as we're still currently in that position of wondering, all right, Lord, what's next? But that's why we needed a rental, and more of that to come.
Right.
So thank you for venturing with us. We've got quite a ways to go
Spoiler
until we, I know, a
alert.
little spoiler alert. So if you made it to the end, thank you. You get a little bit of that, but we'll see you at our next recap video next Sunday. Thank you so much for being here with us and journeying with us so far.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
And have a blessed day.